Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Expedia Cruises Rediscover Paradise event, featuring our good friends at Club Med, Hyatt Ziva and Zilara, and Sandals and Beaches. Today, we hope to inspire you to start dreaming about your next beach vacation at an all-inclusive resort, which, depending on where you are in North America, probably sounds very appealing. My name is Priscilla Correa-Ryan, and I manage our sales promotions for Expedia Cruises. First off, on behalf of all of us at Expedia Cruises, I'd like to wish you a happy new year, and thank you for being here today for our first ever virtual event of 2022. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you sticking with us during these two very unique years in the travel industry. Now, before we get into the event and I introduce our partners, I'd like to quickly review some housekeeping items to ensure you have the best viewing experience possible. So firstly, if you are having tech troubles, so you can't hear or the screen freezes, very often logging out and logging back in does do the trick. Secondly, you can adjust your view. So if you'd like to see less of me and more of the beautiful pictures that are coming up, and I will not take it personally, I promise, there should be a little button at the top of your screen that will allow you to do this. We also have a team here ready to answer any questions you may have. So please feel free to go ahead and put your questions in the Q&A box. And know that if for whatever reason we do not get to your question, your vacation consultant is ready to answer any questions you may have. And lastly, if you need to jump off or if you want to share this event with a friend, which we would love for you to do, we will be sending you the recording within 24 hours. All right, now that we've reviewed some housekeeping, there's just one more thing I want to do before I bring out our speakers, and that's to tell you a little bit about us at Expedia Cruises. We are Expedia Cruises, and we are your navigators of spectacular vacation experiences. We know your vacation time is precious, and our vacation consultants do everything they can to ensure that you go on your dream vacation at exceptional value. And despite our name, we do more than cruise, as you can tell from the event today. We can help you with all your vacation needs, whether that is air, land, or sea. And furthermore, we'll help you however you want to be helped. If you want to browse our website, you can do that. If you want to call in or have a Zoom consultation, we can do that too. Or if you want to come into store for an in-person but still safe meeting, we can do that as well. Click, call, or come in for your air, land, and sea vacations. And when you book with an Expedia Cruises location, you are going to experience the service of a local vacation consultant. These are travelers just like you that live in your community. They are your neighbors, and they are ready to provide you with the advice you can trust and amazing service before, during, and after your vacation. So with that, I think you've heard enough from me and need to hear more from our supplier partners who are going to walk you through the amazing experiences you can have at their all-inclusive resorts, where every one of your needs is taken care of and you can rediscover paradise. So without further ado, I would like to bring out our first guest speaker, Samantha from Club Med. Sam, if you can join us, thank you so much for being here. I know you have a ton of great information to share today, so I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic over to you.
Thank you so much, and hello everyone, and thank you for attending today. And my name is Samantha Gillingham. I am from Club Med. First and foremost, we want to make sure that you and all your families are well and healthy, and a big thank you to Expedia Cruises for their continued support. Next. I'd like to share with you the famous quote that our founder, Gerard Blitz, said in 1950 when Club Med first opened. The goal of life is to be happy. The time to be happy is now, and the place to be happy is here. And after 72 years, this is a quote that we live by every single day. Club Med is really the pioneer and the inventor of the all-inclusive concept. We now have in our portfolio over 70 properties in more than 26 countries worldwide, and each one of those properties is all-inclusive. This is all we do. Next. Our product range includes a handful of 3 Trident resorts, and the majority are 4 Trident. And when we say Trident, we mean star rating. Over the last few years, we have added a new collection called the Club Med Exclusive Collection, featuring 5 Trident luxury resorts with top-of-the-line accommodations and amenities, but we're going to touch more on that in a little bit. Next. Club Med has truly perfected the art of all-inclusive. Above and beyond all meals, drinks, and accommodations, we offer quality entertainment from morning until night. We have over 60 different sports and activities, group ski lessons, and ski lift passes, amazing kids clubs, as well as air and transfers if you want to package everything together. Above all, though, what really makes us special and what's different about us is our unique hospitality and what we call the Club Med spirit between our GOs, or our great organizers, they're our staff, and our GMs, our great members, and that's you, our guests on site. Next. We have many resorts in North America, including Sandpiper Bay in Florida, Cancun, Mexico, Punta Cana in the DR, but did you know about Club Med's exclusive collection? Next. Right now around the globe, the exclusive collection features 18 different experiences found in some of the most sought-after destinations, and these include places like the Maldives, Seychelles, Mauritius, and Brazil, just to name a few. There are more resorts in the pipeline over the next 5 years as we're rapidly growing our luxury brand. Next. The collection features fully exclusive resorts as well as spaces within 4 Trident resorts. So think about those as a boutique hotel within a larger resort, 1 to 4 bedroom villas and chalets, as well as our sailing ship, offering some of the most prestigious Club Med experiences with the highest quality of service. Next. You can find some of these resorts in Sicily, Italy with Club Med Cefalù. We even have over-the-water bungalows in the Maldives at Club Med Finalou Villas. You can even set sail in either the Caribbean or the Mediterranean with our 5-masted tall ship, Club Med 2, or you can even explore the exotic island of St. Anne in the Seychelles. If you want to stay a bit closer to home, check out Michas Playa Esmeralda, situated on the untouched beaches between Samaná and Punta Cana. Next. For those who are skiers, we have spaces as well as chalets in the French Alps, such as the Valmorel Chalets, and this is located in the Grand Domaine ski area, one of the most famous ski domains in France. Next. And welcome to Canada's first and only all-inclusive resort, Club Med Québec Charlevoix. The brand new resort opened on December 3rd, and we are extremely excited to have added this to our lineup. Next. After much anticipation, we have brought back the mountain experience to North America after 15 years. Charlevoix is a waterfront mountain experience overlooking the Saint Laurent River. The resort is located in the Laurentian Mountains, and we are right on the famous Le Massif. The property itself will be open all 4 seasons, so year-round, so you could really experience the resort and the region of Charlevoix during Canada's beautiful 4 seasons. Next. Charlevoix will offer stunning and a unique waterfront view of the St. Lawrence when you're skiing or snowboarding. The area also offers the largest vertical drop east of the Rockies at 770 meters. We have 53 runs for all ski levels and expect large annual snowfalls here. Ski and snowboard rentals will be available through our ski shop, and we've also included group lessons for all levels. If you want to bring your own equipment, you can do that as well. Next. We offer many different levels of accommodation on site, including our family rooms, which offer 2 bedrooms, 1 for the adults and 1 for the kids, as well as upgraded luxury accommodations in our exclusive collection that has views of either the mountain or the river. Next. For anyone looking for that intimate, private luxury experience, we have our exclusive collection space called Le Saint Laurent. So you'll be welcomed here in a private lounge with cozy fireplace, with wraparound terraces that overlook the St. Lawrence and that have jacuzzis. You can enjoy champagne in the evenings while you take in those views. And remember, this is a separate and private area. So to be able to access this, you need to stay in the exclusive collection. Next. The dining experience is also something that Club Med takes pride in. At Charlevoix, we offer not only Canadian specialties, we have international cuisine and of course some of those Club Med favorites. On site, you'll find our main restaurant called Le Marché, which is our gourmet marketplace, Terroir & Co., which is our family restaurant, And the concept here is really to bring families together. And Le Chalet, which is our gourmet lounge, offering a more farm-to-table concept featuring seasonal local foods. Next. Of course, we have non-ski winter activities available, including skating, and there's a rink on site, snowshoeing excursions, hammam spa, fitness classes, and our famous circus school. Next. In the summer months, we're going to swap out the skiing and snowboarding for included mountain biking, gondola rides, trail running, themed hikes, and yoga and meditation, just to name a few. Next. We also have the largest indoor pool out of all of our mountain resorts, offering panoramic views, as well as a family area that has a splash pad for the kids, outdoor jacuzzis, and the hammam. You'll find Club Med Spa on site as well by French brand Sothies, which offers an array of different treatments you can choose from. Next. Safety has always been and continues to be our #1 priority. We want you to book and travel safe with peace of mind. Next. Club Med operates with low-density resorts, meaning that we have a vast array of acreage compared to our rooms. This allows for our guests to be spaced out along the beach and any of our outdoor areas. We also offer low-rise buildings versus high-rise, high-density buildings. We take many of our meals outdoors, as well as our activities and spa treatments. There is more room to roam and to reconnect at our resorts. Next. Each village is also operating with our Safe Together health and hygiene measures. These includes all the points that you see listed here, and they've been approved by Club Med's scientific committee. We also continue to go through vigorous audits with Crystal Group, obtaining our PosiCheck health certifications. PCR and antigen testing will be available on site at certain villages or nearby for travel back to your home country. Next. And we aren't stopping there. Every single guest who's staying at Club Med will receive our emergency assistance plan completely free and included with their stay. So this plan will offer medical assistance related to COVID-19, including repatriation, hospital and medical expenses, any missed flight assistance, and also assistance with the extension of your stay. Next. And finally, we have some exciting news. In 2022, we're opening the brand new Club Med Magna Marbella in Spain, Ting in France in the French Alps, and we're also going to be renovating Pragelato that's in the Italian Alps, as well as Yasmina in the north of Morocco. This is close to Tangier and overlooking the Mediterranean Sea. The big news we have to share is that in 2024, Club Med Snow Basin in Utah will be opening its doors. This area here is known for its Olympic downhill skiing, and we're actually going to be the first resort within that area. So we can absolutely not wait to welcome you all to Club Med. Next. And that's it for me. So thank you, everyone, and I will pass it back over to Priscilla.
Thank you so much, Samantha. My gosh, that all looks so exciting. You know, normally I would go beach vacation all the way, but now I'm thinking maybe I want to go to Winter Wonderland all-inclusive resort as well. All right, coming up next, I would like to introduce a good friend of Expedia Cruises, Freddie, who will be talking about Hyatt Ziva and Hyatt Solara. Freddie, over to you.
Thank you, Priscilla. Hi, everybody. My name is Freddie Marsh, and I am the Western Canada Business Development Manager for Hyatt Ziva and Hyatt Solara Resorts. Next slide. The parent company that I work for is called Playa Hotels and Resorts, but underneath the Playa umbrella, we have several brands of all-inclusive resorts. And since I only have 10 minutes, I didn't have time to go through all of our brands, so I decided to stick to our Hyatt Ziva and Hyatt Solara all-inclusive brands. Next slide. You've probably heard of Hyatt Hotels before. About 7 years ago, Hyatt Ziva and Hyatt Solara all-inclusive resorts came onto the marketplace. These are 5-star all-inclusive properties, and the difference between them, if you're wondering, okay, what's a Ziva and what's a Solara? The Hyatt Solaras are adults-only resorts, so 18 and higher to stay at one of the Hyatt Solaras. And our Hyatt Ziva resorts are all ages, so family-friendly, great for everybody. And a little trick to remember that is Ziva has 4 letters, kids has 4 letters. That's the way you can remember which one kids are allowed to go to. Next slide. So I thought I would go through and really just kind of let you know what life would be like at one of our Hyatt Ziva or Hyatt Alltra properties. So I want to start off with the service, because I think this is one of the most important things you can have. You know, we can have a beautiful resort with great food and great drinks, but if the service isn't any good, that's really going to be a problem. And you know, you really need to want to have great service when you're at the property. So we have something called service from the heart that all of our staff members go through, and it means that we're doing everything with love. And that's one of the constant comments I get from everybody, is how incredible the service was at the resorts. Next slide. The rooms are beautiful. They're luxurious and spacious. A lot of our rooms at a lot of our Hyatt Ziva Alltra properties are over 800 square feet. It kind of depends on resort to resort, but they are very large suites. Next slide. We also do something called guaranteed or confirmed bedding. So when you make a booking, if you want to have a king bed or if you want to have 2 beds, you just work with your Expedia Cruises vacation consultant and they can confirm that. I know that sounds like a kind of a minor thing, but we're one of the few all-inclusive resorts that actually confirm the bedding. I think there's others that do it as well, but it's just kind of a nice thing, especially if you're on a honeymoon and having a king bed is really important. You don't want to show up and have 2 beds. So we guarantee the bedding right when you make the booking. There's no guesswork at all. Next slide. We also include 24-hour in-suite dining. So this is available 24 hours a day. There's no additional charge because we are an all-inclusive resort. So you can leave your wallet basically at home because all of your meals and drinks are included. I love ordering room service for breakfast, but also there's a lunch, dinner, and a late night menu as well. And it's quite a large menu, and that's all included. Next slide. And if you want to have larger suites or more space, we also do have 1, 2, and bedroom suites plus presidential suites. And a lot of our suites, the higher category suites or the larger ones, also come with your own butler. And I actually never thought I was a butler kind of person until 2019, and I stayed in a butler suite. Turns out I am. I loved having a butler. It was amazing. So definitely want to do that again. So we do have some larger suite options if you're looking for extra space. Next slide. We also have swim up suites. I think this is my favorite. If you haven't experienced one of these are on the first floor. For the most part, we have a couple, one of our resorts, the swim up suites are actually on the 3rd floor. So it's almost like a swim out balcony suite. But these swim up suites are great. You have your own 2 in-water chaise lounge chairs. You can just chill out there. That's a semi-private pool that only people in the swim up suites get. And you do get bar service. Actually, our Puerto Vallarta property has a buzzer or a bell, and you ring the bell, and that signifies the wait staff that you're ready for refills. Next slide. Infinity pools. So we love our swimming pools at all of the Hyatt Ziva and Hyatt Alltra properties. We have multiple pools and they are really large. The next slide will actually show one of our most popular things, which is a swim up bar. I always want to know what she's ordering. Doesn't that drink look good? That orange drink? I want to know what that is. But we have swim up bars at all of our properties. And of course, this is all part of the all-inclusive as well. Next slide. And you know that expression, location, location, location. We have the best beachfront locations in every destination that we operate in. Next slide. We also include non-motorized water sports. So if you're wanting to take a sailboat out or a kayak or a paddleboard, all that's available to you free of charge. Next slide even shows you some floating yoga. I did this a couple of years ago. I wasn't quite as graceful as those people were, but it was a lot of fun. So this is something, we have full gyms at the resorts as well, and we've got great activities going on if you want to participate or not. So, you know, we've got this going on several times a day. We've got beach volleyball. You can be as active as you like or not as active as you like. It's your vacation, it's your choice. Next slide. And a lot of our Hyatt Ziva properties, we put in water slides and lazy rivers that are so much fun. So we've got that happening. So really great for the kids. Next slide. I think we're going to be talking about our kids clubs. So at all of our Hyatt Ziva properties, we have kids clubs, and it's basically like a daycare a really nice daycare, and that's all included. And that's for kids aged 4 to 12. If you go to the next slide, you'll actually see we also have for 13 to 17-year-olds, we have our teen lounge. So a cool place for them to hang out. And we do have staff that are working with them. So they're not just kind of sitting indoors, they're really keeping them active and having a great vacation as well. Next slide. Complementary Wi-Fi. So every room, you can connect up to 5 devices on really great quality Wi-Fi, enough that you can FaceTime back home to make all of your friends and relatives jealous about where you are if you want to stream movies. Next slide. Soft drinks and specialty coffee. So I'm a coffee guy. I need to have a really good coffee first thing in the morning, and I love that all of our resorts always have a coffee shop. It's included, and this is where you go and get your espressos, your frappuccinos in the mornings. They will have fresh fruit, fresh baked goods. They swap that out in the afternoon for sandwiches and cookies and little treats, but of course this is all included as well. Next slide. And we have beautiful spas. So if you're a spa person and you want to check out one of our spas, we've got some gorgeous spas. This is one of our Himalayan salt rooms, which is really amazing experience. Next slide. And we're going to talk about the foods. That's one of the great options, is we don't limit our guests to how often you can go to the a la carte restaurants. You can go and to a sit-down restaurant, open the menu, and dine at any of these a la carte restaurants as often as you like, no reservations required. And we have so many different options for restaurants at each one of our resorts. Next slide. The next one is our Italian restaurant at one of our resorts in the Dominican Republic. Beautiful property and amazing food. Next slide. If you are more into a healthy lifestyle, or maybe you have food allergies, we're really on top of that as well. So we've got really great healthy options, including keto diet as well for those clients. Next slide, please. And alcohol. Yes, we're an all-inclusive resort, so your drinks are included, and we do not serve mystery brands that you've never heard of. We are serving top shelf premium alcohol that's all included. Next slide. And then we've got some really great bars to enjoy those drinks. This is the One-Eyed Cat Martini Bar, one of our resorts, but always have great entertainment in the evenings here as well. Next slide will show you some of our sports bars. We really like our sports bars at the Hyatts. This is where you go. We have subscriptions to all the major sports channels, so don't worry if you're there when there's a big game going on. Chances are we'll be playing it here, and there's pool tables, and it's just a real fun place to hang out. Next slide. Nightly entertainment. Next slide. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to kind of go a little bit quicker through these last few. Destination weddings. Think of us if you want to get married. Can you imagine being married in a more beautiful location than that? And then next slide, I want to show you where we are located. So I've kind of told you what to expect at all of the resorts, but if you go back to that one slide again, one more, there we go. So if you're looking for an adults only property, we have 3 Hyatt Alltras. Remember, those are the ones that are 18 plus. We have one in Cancun, one in Rose Hall, Jamaica, and one in Cap Cana in the Dominican Republic. For all ages, we have the Hyatt Ziva Cancun. We have one in Los Cabos and Puerto Vallarta for our West Coast people. Hyatt Ziva Rose Hall in Jamaica. Hyatt Ziva Cap Cana in Dominican Republic, and then our brand new, just opened a couple months ago, our Hyatt Ziva Riviera Cancun. Next slide. And I think I'm actually out of time, which works out perfect because I can talk about our COVID protocols maybe after we're finished the presentation part of it. And I'll be talking about that too.
Thanks so much, Freddie. And don't worry, everyone, we are bringing Freddie back in a little bit, so you will hear all about the Hyatt Ziva and Zalara's COVID protocols and health and safety. But thank you so much, Freddie. I don't know about you guys, but I'm in Vancouver right now, and it's kind of overcast and rainy. For those of you on the East Coast, you just had a huge snowstorm. Doesn't that swim up pool with the buzzer for the butler to come and give you bar service, doesn't that sound amazing right now? I would really be down for that. All right, last but certainly not least, I would like to bring out our final presenter, CJ from Sandals and Beaches Resorts. CJ, over to you.
Thank you so much, Priscilla. It is awesome. Thank you, everyone, for actually joining us today. It's an absolute pleasure to be given the opportunity to speak on Sandals and Beaches Resorts. Absolutely stunning destinations and stunning resorts. But more importantly, we just appreciate you taking the time to join us today. As you heard, my name is CJ Smith. I'm the Director of Sales for a team here in Canada, and I'm super excited to talk about all the many amenities. I will tell you this much. 10 minutes is not enough for me to tell you all about Sandals and Beaches Resorts, but I promise you, I'm going to do my best to hit you with all the best things that you're possibly looking for. And if you do have any questions, please post them in the questions box, and I'll be more than happy to address those as best possible. Now, as we get going today, I want you to remember that Sandals Resorts is celebrating 40 years of love and trust. That's right. Love is all you need when it comes to Sandals Resorts, and we're excited to say Sandals Resorts International is celebrating 40 years of love and trust. Now, as we continue throughout today's presentation, one of the things that you're going to see, of course, has to do with the Sandals Difference. So as we continue, gonna highlight for you that Sandals Difference when it comes to our staff. And our executive chairman of Sandals Resorts International, Adam Stewart, says that the secret sauce that creates the Sandals Difference is how we make people feel when they are at our resorts, like they're part of something bigger than themselves. They feel it because our staff feels it too. It is the string woven throughout our corporate culture. We care deeply for people because we believe that to feel or be valued is an extraordinary gift. And our executive chairman says that beautifully, because every single day of life throughout the Caribbean, this is what our staff exemplifies every single time. Now, guess what? We do not declare that we created the all-inclusive concept, but certainly we have done our darnest to perfect it. And we're super excited to talk about our luxury included offerings at Sandals and Beaches Resorts. So we continue. Now, first, let's talk about Sandals Resorts. Now, we've got two brands. There's Sandals Resorts and there's Beaches Resorts. When we talk about Sandals Resorts, now this is where you get to come and experience the very pinnacle of a luxury Caribbean all-inclusive vacations for couples only. So note carefully, Sandals Resorts is that luxury included vacation experience for two people in love, adults only, couples only. Of course, our luxury beach resorts are set along the most gorgeous tropical settings and yes, exquisite beaches, the most amazing in St. Lucia, Jamaica, Antigua, the Bahamas, of course, Grenada, Barbados, and our newest destination coming online in April of this year, Curacao. So we're super excited about that. Now, as we continue from Sandals Resorts, I want you to remember, of course, that at Sandals, you've got up to 17 dining options to choose from. But now that we've gotten over to Beaches Resorts, the world's leading all-inclusive family resort brand, you have up to 23 dining options to choose from. Now, Beaches Resorts brings everyone closer together, so it's that perfect getaway in Turks and Caicos, as well as in Jamaica. Now, truly, Beaches all-inclusive resorts in Jamaica and Turks and Caicos promises that unforgettable family vacation package beneath that Caribbean sun for sure. And here's the coolest part about it. While Sandals Resorts gives you king-size beds for couples only and spectacular suites, Beaches Resorts offers you all those amenities plus 1, 2, 3, and yes, 4-bedroom accommodations at Beaches Resorts to accommodate all your family members or friends if you would like to vacation together. Everything and then some is included, and you will see that as we continue on. Now, we've been voted world's best again by the World Travel Awards, and we're super excited about this. And it is definitely not lost on us that it is, of course, your fantastic support over the years for those who've visited Sandals and Beaches Resorts over the years. Thank you so much for all you do. We've actually been voted world's leading all-inclusive company for 26 years in a row for Sandals Resorts and world's leading all-inclusive family resort brand for Beaches Resorts 24 years in a row. Now, I'm going to continue and actually show you the destinations. For us, the islands are our home, so we definitely want you to come and share that with us. So let's quickly start with where it all began. Now, in Jamaica, Jamaica is where you're going to find both Sandals and Beaches Resorts. Jamaica, we have 6 Sandals Resorts and it spans the entire north coast of Jamaica. So you're talking about Montego Bay, Ocho Rios. It even is, of course, the western tip in the Negril region of Jamaica. And on the south coast of Jamaica is where you're going to find Sandals South Coast. In Jamaica is also 2 beaches resorts. So you do have the opportunity to have the most spectacular vacation experience all across Jamaica. From Jamaica, we go, let's start with The Bahamas. In Bahamas, we've got resorts in 2 locations. We start with the Great Exuma, and the Great Exuma is in the Bahamas, Out Islands, where you're going to find Sandals Emerald Bay. And coming back online in Nassau, in the Bahamas, is where we're going to find the newly reimagined Sandals Royal Bahamian, where we've just had multi-million dollars in renovations, and it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. I can't wait for you to experience it. In Turks and Caicos is where we've got beaches Turks and Caicos and Providenciales and Turks and Caicos. And we're super excited to have the most spectacular beaches resorts located there. In the Eastern Caribbean is where you're going to find first Antigua, where we've got Sandals Grand Antigua. In St. Lucia, we've got 3 resorts, Sandals Grand St. Lucia, Sandals Regency La Toc, and of course, Sandals Halcyon, Gem. Absolutely stunning. We also have Barbados, which is just on the outskirts of course, the Hurricane Belt in the Caribbean. And that's where you're going to find 2 spectacular resorts, Sandals Barbados and Sandals Royal Barbados. Now, here's the cool thing about this. You stay at one, play at 2, because they're right next to each other and you have full and absolute exchange privileges. Of course, we've got Grenada, where we've got Sandals Grenada, simply stunning, just minutes away from the airport and set on the coolest pink sand beach. And then lastly, coming on stream in April, of course, is where you're going to have our newest destination, Curacao, where we will have and unveil the most stunning Sandals Royal Curacao. So are you excited? I am. So let's continue real quick. And before we get to the next slide, let me quickly remind you that because there's so much to talk about, it is very difficult to talk about all the spectacular inclusions. But I will tell you this much. We offer more quality inclusions than any other luxury resort brand on the planet. And because of this, I'm quickly going to show you 1 minute and 34 seconds of all the spectacular inclusions that you get to tap into at Sandals and Beaches Resorts. Are you ready? You've got that popcorn? Let's go. Let's continue.
Sandals includes everything. Motorized sports, scuba diving, gourmet food, premium drinks. Now that's freedom!
It's all for you.
Talking about the freedom!
It's the best show in town.
Let's show it down.
I'll give you yes, it's right.
Freedom!
Start right now.
Sandals doesn't just include everything, they include the best of everything, delivering an unmatched and truly unforgettable 5-star luxury included experience. Sandals includes everything, so you don't have to worry about anything.
That is absolutely awesome. Now, as we continue, I want you to quickly realize you saw all those amazing inclusions. There's more, because not only do we offer all those spectacular inclusions that you saw, we've introduced what we call that Sandals Vacation Assurance policy. Now, here's the reality of it. For Sandals Resorts and Beaches Resorts, we want to make sure that you travel with that peace of mind for sure, but of course, travel with confidence. So please, tap into our Sandals Vacation Assurance and our Beaches Vacation Assurance. One, if your vacation for whatever reason is interrupted while you're in destination, you're going to get back a replacement vacation. Additionally, we've got an exclusive hotline that you can tap into, or travel protection plan. Of course, insurance is on us. No kidding. If you're a book for Sandals or Beaches Resorts and you're coming from the US or Canada, of course, that insurance, that added coverage is included. Or Platinum Protocol of Cleanliness ensures the most amazing enhanced hygiene practices. And then, of course, our on-resort quarantine, we actually include that on-resort quarantine up to 14 days, completely complimentary to you, up to $2,800 for each person for your coverage. Additionally, we offer on-resort PCR and antigen testing complimentary. So that's correct. On-resort PCR and antigen test complimentary, as well as we've got our cancel for any reason opportunity where you can tap into our cancellation policy. Up to 31 days prior to, you're of course completely refundable and in cash, And then, of course, after 31 days, then you've got the various options, which includes, of course, your credit for future travel. We continue real quick. And as we wrap up, I want to remind you of a few things. And that first thing is, we definitely want you to remember that we offer more quality inclusions than any other resort on the planet. So please be mindful that excellence is of paramount importance to us. So for Sandals and Beaches Resort, we stand alone as that world's only 5-star luxury included resort. You've got specials to tap into, and it's 777 every single week. You've got options to choose from. Talk to your Expedia Cruises consultant. They know how to make you save big, big time. All right, heard what I did there? And as we continue, I want you to also remember that we've got this exclusive booking offer, of course, for those who book 7 nights or longer with us within the next 14 days. So you've got a little bit of time here, but you want to definitely speak to your Expedia Cruises consultant and talk to them about the options. Thank you so much for joining us. And we want you to come and experience, yes, that very pinnacle of luxury included Caribbean vacation. Priscilla, how was that?
That was perfect, on time, awesome. Guys, I am ready. I want to be where those people are right now, on lounging in the sun. This whole presentation has reminded me how much I need a vacation. So thank you, guys.
I know, right? That's right.
So CJ, I'm actually going to ask you to stay on, and I'm going to ask Samantha and Freddie if you could come back on as well, because we have prepared a few questions which I think are on top of everyone's mind. And so I would love to spend a few more minutes with you guys doing a quick Q&A and
Sure.
talk about the big C word, COVID. But more importantly, how you guys are going to protect your customers and ensure they have an amazing experience despite this crazy environment. So I'm going to start with you, Samantha, actually. Let's talk about the big thing, testing. Now, for Canadians and for some Americans, they require a PCR test or antigen test to come back into the country. Are these included, or are these available at Club Med properties? And if so, are they included? Is there an extra fee?
So PCR testing and antigen testing, majority of the time they will be included on site. We'll have a lab on site, but the actual test itself will be an extra cost. If the lab cannot come on site, so for example, let's say that you're in Martinique or you're in Guadeloupe, we don't have them on site there, but you can go off site, and we are always going to have a partner lab that's within 5 to 10 minutes from the resort itself. So PCR testing and antigen testing, there is an extra cost, but they are available at majority of the properties on site.
Perfect, thank you. And again, everyone, your Expedia Cruises vacation consultant will know this information, so they'll help you budget it in or plan for it, just so that there are no surprises for you at all. Freddie, I'm going to go over to you. Same question.
Yeah, so we do offer testing at all of our resorts, whether that be the antigen testing or the PCR testing for Canadians. And it varies depending on destination and what kind of test you need. So if you're an American and you need an antigen test, as long as you're staying for a minimum of 3 nights, which most people, if you're going down south, you're going to stay at least 3 nights, I would hope, it's covered. We cover the cost. And for Canadians, we do have a charge for the PCR test. Unless you're going to Dominican Republic and staying at least 7 nights in the Dominican Republic, we include it. But in Mexico and Jamaica, the PCR test, we've negotiated rates with local providers, and it's usually about $100. It depends a little bit. Like I know Los Cabos is 90, Puerto Vallarta is 125, Cancun's around 100. So it kind of varies a little bit, but all the testing is done. Oh, there it is. Good job.
I thought I would bring it up for you because
Thank you. Yeah,
you go.
so it's included. And actually, since you've got this screen up, I'll just quickly tell you about this. This is something called our extended stay protection plan. So when you arrive at our resort, every guest is going to be offered this at time of check-in, and it's completely optional, but it's $49 per person for the whole stay. So it's not per night, it's for your whole stay, it's $49. And think of it basically as an insurance policy, even though it's not insurance. It would cover if you tested positive, and you needed to stay. And this would give you up to 10 nights at the resort while you quarantine if you tested positive. It's optional, but most people are taking it. I know I was just down there a little while ago in Jamaica, and I took the $49 myself just to be for peace of mind.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Freddie. CJ, you sort of touched on this, but if you could reiterate again to the folks, PCR and antigen testing, is it available?
Absolutely. So PCR and antigen testing are available on resort at Sandals Resorts and Beaches Resorts. So it is done right there on resort, and you get your results sent to you, of course, by email or so forth. But that is absolutely complimentary. It is included. Every single guest upon check-in, of course, for Canadian guests who are required to have that PCR test coming back, you know, that test is scheduled 72 hours prior to departure. And of course, they go through that entire process. But yes, it is included and then some. And in the event, and it's cool that, you know, Freddie kind of mentioned that in the event, which we don't hope for, in the event that you should have to quarantine on resort, you're covered for up to 14 days. That's also covered there. And you are actually going to get back your entire vacation complimentary, courtesy of Sandals and Beaches Resorts, because they're actually giving you that replacement vacation as well, because your vacation got interrupted because of COVID.
Amazing. So you guys, I love how easy it all is, and how, you know, you've got that peace of mind just in case something happens. So Freddie and CJ, you both have sort of talked about in the event that, you know, the worst case scenario happens, you both have options of staying at the resort while you recover. Samantha, let me ask you that question for Club Med. In the case that someone tests positive, how would the traveler go about that?
Yep. So every single traveler and guest to Club Med, they have complimentary with their package what's called the Emergency Assistance Program. And that's going to be included no matter which Club Med you go to around the globe. So basically that will cover you if you have to extend your stay due to testing positive. We do have a bank of rooms set aside that are quarantine rooms. You'll get all your meals, all your drinks, everything. We're going to take care of you when you're on site. Now, the biggest thing here is to make sure that you go through all of the different insurance policies that are sent to you. And we actually do send a full insurance voucher that lists every single part of this coverage. So it is an insurance policy that's covered by a company called Europe Assist, and you're going to travel with that to your destination.
Amazing. Thank you, Samantha. If you are on this call here and you've just listened to what I've listened to, what I think of is that these resorts, they're going to take care of you, and they're going to take care of your families, and you're going to have an amazing vacation, and you're going to stay safe and healthy while you are there. And, you know, if anything happens, they've got your back. And so thank you guys for sharing those policies. And they're still here. So if you have any questions, please feel free to go put them in the chat. And if not, your Expedia Cruises vacation consultant will always be able to answer these questions for you as well. Now, before I let you guys go, I do have one more question. This is more of a fun one. And so because we have, you know, a select group of people on here today, I wondered if you could share one insider tip for guests going to one of your resorts. So maybe this is, oh, there's a special bar here which serves the best drinks, or these rooms get the best views. And so one insider tip. So I'm actually going to start with Freddie for this.
Sure. The one that comes to mind is we have a resort called the Hyatt Ziva Puerto Vallarta. Beautiful resort. It's just south of town. It's on a cove. And there is every morning at 9 or 9:30, our sports and entertainment team take a group of guests, whoever wants to go, up behind the resort, and you go on a hike to a waterfall that is behind the hotel, and it is amazing. So but you want to make sure, if you're going to do it, take water shoes or running shoes that you don't mind getting wet, because you are walking up kind of beside a river and you have to jump over rocks, and it's like a real adventure. But that's and it's completely free. It's something we do every morning at the resort.
And what location was that at again, Freddie?
That's at our Hyatt Ziva Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta. Oh my goodness, that sounds like such a wonderful adventure. Thank you. Samantha, over to you.
Honestly, one that comes to mind with me and something that I've done myself is we're actually on the world's second largest coral reef in Cancun. We were the first resorts in the area, and that's the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef that's right outside of our resorts. And we have included snorkeling where other properties nearby, or if there's other excursions, they actually have to pay to go on that excursion to see that same reef. So we have that reef just steps away from our beach right there. And our the lady who runs that snorkeling, she actually has a background in marine biology, so she can show you actually all the different fish and creatures that are in the ocean there. But it's just an experience that you must try when you're in Cancun.
That sounds incredible. So again, Club Med Cancun, amazing snorkeling in, what did you say, the second largest barrier reef?
Second largest coral reef in the world.
I am learning new things every day. Okay, and last but certainly not least, CJ.
Okay, so here's the thing. Because there's Sandals and there's beaches resorts, I couldn't distinguish between one or the other, so I can't do one. I'm going to do two. And I'm begging
That's
forgiveness
fine.
from
That's
Freddie
fine.
and
I'll give
Samantha.
you a pass.
So here's the thing. If you are going to a beaches resort, if you're going to any of our 3 beaches resorts, the first thing I'm going to tell you, this is my insider tip. Tap into the kids program, the kids camp program. They're open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., which means you never have to see the kids between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. and they never have to see you. So they get to hang around with their friends that they've met. And of course, all the kids camp amenities are all broken up based on age ranges. So we'll take you as young as newborn to as old, that's right, to as old as 17, because after that, you're an adult. So you're partying with different age ranges, and for sure, you definitely won't be seeing any adults in school. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., gem, and that's beaches resorts. If you're going to Sandals resorts, one of my personal favorite, of course, is being transported back to the 1920s in a speakeasy. Oh yeah, I said that. So Sandals Ochi Beach Resort in the Ocho Rios region of Jamaica has a speakeasy on the resort, and it literally transports you back to the 1920s, and you're getting all the most amazing big band sound using current music, but giving you that throwback 1920s big band sound effects, live music. The entertainment is remarkable. The bar, let's talk about the bar. Here's a quick sneak preview. This is the only place that you're ever going to be able to get moonshine. I didn't say it. So I'm just saying, don't judge me, Freddie.
No judgment. No judgment.
Amazing. Okay, so 2 insider tips there. Take a vacation from your kids at beaches and just drop them off, and they'll have a great time and you'll have a great time. And secondly, check out the speakeasy, because it sounds amazing. And it sounds like it's going to be an amazing night for you. Well, thank you guys so much to all 3 of you for spending the time with us today. We truly appreciate you taking this time and giving us so much information for our next beach or mountain vacation. So thank you again. Now, personally, I cannot wait to get back on a beach or to a resort or to that first ever all-inclusive resort in Canada. It's amazing. Today's presentation has really made me ready to book my next holiday, and I hope that it's inspired you as well. Now, if you have any questions about any of the properties we saw today, or if you are ready to book and plan your next all-inclusive resort vacation, please reach out to your Expedia Cruises vacation consultant, and they will be happy to assist you. And if you are ready to book, also ask them about the amazing offers you can get from our Rediscover the World promotion happening now, Rediscover Paradise promotion happening now until January 31st. Now, before I say goodbye, we are giving away a $250 credit to use towards a vacation at one of these amazing properties. So drum roll, please. I'm just going to see who the winner is. And the winner is Dennis Blakely. Congratulations, Dennis Blakely. Woohoo! Your Expedia Cruises vacation consultant will be in touch with you shortly as to how you can redeem this credit, but we hope that you use it to go rediscover paradise. So with that, on behalf of our over 300 independently owned and locally operated Expedia Cruises locations, our truly amazing vacation consultants. And on behalf of everyone at Expedia, I want to thank you for taking the time to be here with us today and for all your support. It means a lot and we truly appreciate it. Be safe, be kind, and I hope you all get to rediscover paradise as soon as possible. Thank you.